Coach, obviously, three-point line is a big story in this one tonight. And what did Liberty do well that set them up for so many of those long-range jumpers?
I thought they did a good job penetrating and kicking out. You look at the fifth-year transfer, Chris Parker, who's the son of a coach, and really did a great job as a veteran point guard, distributing the ball off of his penetration. They started out the first half making 5 threes, and they started the second half making at least four. And on the second half, they only took 4 shots inside the three. So it was all about the 3-point line. That's what really was a problem. McGee was just tremendous tonight in terms of his range. A couple of the shots he made were just unbelievably long, deep, beyond the NBA 3-point line. You have to give them credit. They have a veteran bunch in that they start Parker, who's a senior. They have McGee, who's a senior. And then obviously number 10, Cuff, is a senior. All three of those guys have been through the wars. They have a great program. You got to give them credit. This will not be – I think both teams that we lost to, Neil, to start the season out here will be in the NCAA tournament at the end of the day. I would be surprised if both Clemson and Liberty are not in the NCAA tournament. We were planning to have 4 games under our belt prior to getting here when we originally scheduled this. We had a chance to pull out of it and use COVID as a reason, but I didn't think that was the right thing to do. It was obviously difficult to start the season with these two good teams without getting some minutes under our belt already. But our young guys will grow from it. We'll get better. We'll improve. And it will obviously be helpful to have Iverson back, which we expect to have him back after one more game.
Yeah, we try to keep the youth with your team in perspective because it is a story with this team going forward. And you were able to clean up some things tonight that were glaring last night. The free throw shooting in particular was significantly better tonight. And is that a good sign that your guys were able to get back mentally where they needed to be to come out and put up a good effort there?
Yeah, and we worked on it today. We spent 20 minutes during our shoot around just working on foul shooting and really getting focused on it. I thought that Abdul and Tolu in particular were very good there. They were 10 for 13, big improvement from yesterday. We did some good things. I thought offensively we're much better tonight than we were against Clemson. I thought yesterday we had a much better defensive effort. I told the team this, we've got to put the two games together and play a solid game of defense with a really good, solid game of offense. About us putting those 2 games together and getting the both out each side of the ball will be important for us moving forward.
You mentioned how important it'll be to get Iverson back when you do, but Davon Smith in his stead as a true freshman starting against 2 good teams, I think he had 3 turnovers in 2 games and played significant minutes. What'd you think about the way he started for your team in these first 2?
Yeah, I think that he did a good job. It's a tough baptism to go against 2 really good teams that are really well coached, to be in all those ball screens. I think this was, a real eye opener for him. This is major college basketball now. This is what it's going to be like against really good teams. But he showed, a lot of toughness the way he battled, and I think he's going to get better and better. And again, like you said, he did not turn the ball over, and he got a little more aggressive shooting tonight, which is good. We got to get him to keep being aggressive with a shot. Today we ended up shooting 57% from the field for the game and lose because the other team had so many threes and shot almost 50% from 3. And again, give that team credit. They made some tough threes. I thought number 24 for them, the freshman, was really an important piece because his threes were really critical for them, along with McGee and Cuff. Those 2 guys in particular were just killers because of how well they shot the ball. And at both beginning of the game to give them a lead, we fought back and took the 1 point at halftime, and then really to start the second half, they each had 2, Cuff and McGee, in the first 4 or 5 minutes of the second half, and that made us playing catch up the rest of the way.
I'll get out of the way and let somebody else ask questions now. Thank you, Coach.
We'll go ahead and start with Joel Coleman. Joel, go ahead.
Ben, it's just 2 games, but has anything stood out about your team? What have you learned, I guess, through the first two games down in Florida?
Well, we're obviously got to growing. I mean, we got to get a lot better at every facet. We got to get better. Number one, defensively, we got to get better with our ball screen defense. I think that really hurt us tonight. We've got to be able to change it up and play ball screens different ways. I think it's hard for us at times when we're having to match up with teams that play small ball because you're asking Tolo to get out and guard perimeter guys. And again, they shot the hell out of it tonight. Give them credit. I mean, the first two shots that Cuff hit, we were right. We were right there on them. Cameron was, and both shots were right in our face. We started having to play McGee a different way, which is to not even help off anybody else and just kind of try to stay with them one pass away. And we still struggled even there because your instinct is to help defensively. It's really hard to remember to not help, things that are, contrary to what you normally do. But we'll learn from that. And, I thought we did a good job getting the ball inside tonight. So I think we're going to continue to develop the inside game. We've got to get better, shooting the ball from the pair. We were 4 for 10 tonight from 3, which is, okay. And I think Iverson really helped us with that because he's one of our 2 best offensive players.
We'll go ahead and get it to Garrick, and then we'll go to Daniel. Garrick, go ahead.
Ben, I know with Iverson out, DJ's handling and distributing the ball maybe a little bit more than he was expected to. How do you think he's done in these 2 games, filling in that role that he may have to for one more game?
As the playing minutes at the point, which we expect to, typically go to, Iverson and Davon. It was, something he's not used to. And you could see there were times where he was just trying to remember to come back and get the ball. Here's the point. We had to play him too many minutes. I mean, to be honest, not having Iverson here puts a heavy amount of weight on his shoulders to be out there at all times. And so, we've got a tough game coming up Monday against Texas State. He won 23 games last year and has, 8 of the top 10 players back from that team. We scheduled a very difficult schedule this year. We have to grow up here in a hurry. But, we've got to bounce back. Tomorrow we'll watch film, and then we'll come back and practice on Saturday and Sunday in preparation for Monday's game.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Coach, you alluded to it earlier, but it was sort of a tale of 2 games between last night and tonight in terms of offensive production. But tonight the defense struggled. Do you think that's a case of the team's youth, or do you think there's another specific cause for that?
I think it's just playing against really good teams. That, like, for example, the team we played tonight was 30-4 last year. They had won their conference tournament. They were in the in-state tournament when it got canceled. They're used to being very successful, and they have veteran guys. I think, our youth is definitely an aspect where we've got to grow up here in a hurry. We're starting 2 freshmen right now, and we're Tolo's playing for the first time after sitting out a year. So, 3 of our starters are guys that are playing, early in their careers, essentially.
You're able to use your body, I think, about as well as anybody on this team. And I know one of the things you did during the redshirt year was you tried to add some mass, get stronger. How much has that helped you in the first 2 games, especially with the way you've been able to seal guys off and put yourself in position around the bucket?
Yeah. A lot of credit goes to Crane, our strength and conditioning coach. I want to say it was 6 days out the week. We was just in the weight room, just trying to get my body right. Just turning my fat into muscle. So, yeah, like I said, a lot of credit goes to Crane. Just trying to – he knows prior to this season that I needed to transform my body in order to do what I'm doing now. So, I appreciate it, Crane.
Nobody likes to lose. I get that. And it's only 2 games deep into the season. But how important is it to keep in perspective that you guys are a work in progress? You're a young team, and it's going to take some time to get everybody to where they need to gel together, as you say.
Right. You win and you learn, So I feel like in time we're going to be okay. Just got to go back to the drawing board and be more productive.
Tolu, thank you. I'm going to get out of the way and let everybody else ask you some questions, okay?
Thank you.
All right, we'll go ahead and start with Garrick. Garrick, go ahead.
Tolo, it seemed like you face quite a bit of double teams tonight, and based off your offensive output, you may see a few more as the season goes on. How do you plan to kind of handle those and still get your production up in the post when that happens?
Trusting my teammates, being patient. We work on it. Coach Holland works on it a lot. He preaches just being patient and having the guys out ready for me to pass it to them or spin it off if I need to. So just being patient is really it, and just not turning over the ball.